Army units eliminate dozens of terrorists in Aleppo, Damascus, Daraa and al-Qunaitra countryside. The Lebanese army expands its operations against the terrorist groups in Arsal Hills, inflicting heavy losses upon them. Iraqi warplanes target terrorist convoys in Mosul and nearby areas, killing more than 265 gunmen. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Irado Krikorian with the news in English. Several terrorists have been killed or wounded when Syrian Arab Army units targeted their gatherings and hideouts in Aleppo and its countryside, particularly in Qadi Askar, Karm al-Qatarji, Handarat Camp, Al-Misilmiye, Al-Na'na'i Square, Sheikh Lutfi, Africano and Tadif. The Syrian Arab Army also destroyed ammunition-loaded vehicles between Dawar al-Marji and Dawar al-Salihin, 8 other cars with the terrorists inside and 2 artillery guns in Karm al-Tarab, the surroundings of al-Nirab and al-Judayde. It also eliminated 23 terrorists of various nationalities in the vicinity of Aleppo International Airport. In Damascus suburbs, Syrian Arab Army units have eliminated terrorists and destroyed 2 machine gun-provided vehicles in Khan al-Sheikh. They also foiled an attempt by a terrorist group to infiltrate from Beit Tima village in the direction of Khan al-Sheikh, killing and wounding its members. 2 other Syrian Arab Army units targeted terrorists opposite Andumi Factory and Nablsi Farm, the Chinese Villa and Al-Shar'iyya School in Al-Auja neighborhood. In al-Qunaitra suburbs, the Syrian Arab Army targeted armed men north of Tal Ahmar and a number of terrorist cars in Abu Shita, destroying the cars and killing and wounding the terrorists. In Daraa suburbs, the Syrian Arab Army has killed 29 armed men in Dawar Da'il and the members of a whole gang west of At al-Khudr. An infiltration attempt by terrorists in the direction of Al-Yaduda to Tal Zatar was also thwarted. Syrian Arab Army units seized the car carrying 3 terrorists inside at the checkpoint of As-Salime in Damascus countryside when the terrorists recognized that their scheme was foiled. One of them detonated his explosive belt, killing himself along with the other suicide bombers. Welcome back. In Lebanon, clashes continue between the Lebanese army and the terrorists in the areas surrounding the town of Arsal and along the eastern series of Lebanese mountains. The Lebanese army inflicted direct casualties among the terrorists during the clashes as a large army force was deployed in the site of Tallat al-Bayda in central Biqa and the nearby area in the plain of Kfar Zaid. The Lebanese army also sent patrols along the main street of Al-Fa'awr, Kfar Zaid and the side roads in As-Shele. Today morning, a terrorist group attacked a site for the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine and another site for the Lebanese army in Kfar Zaid. The attacks aim at distracting attention from the battles going on in Arsal between the Lebanese army and the terrorists. Meanwhile, differences prevailed between the leaders of the terrorist groups in Arsal, as some of them agreed on the truce with the Lebanese army, while others insisted on continuing the attacks. In Al-Patroun area, the Lebanese security forces arrested 3 people from the terrorist organization so-called as the State of Iraq and the Levant after raiding their house in Tanourin Hills and found with them cards used to facilitate their movement and identity cards belonging to their terrorist organization. Iraqi warplanes targeted terrorists in the city of Mosul, killing more than 265 gunmen affiliated with the terrorist Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. The airstrikes concentrated on the terrorist dens of ISIS north of Babel and Sinjar near al-Mosul, as well as in Biji district in Salah ad-Din Governorate. The Iraqi troops also foiled an infiltration attempt into Amerli area in Kirkuk and the city of Haditha, adjacent to the capital Baghdad, killing dozens of terrorists. In Babel, Iraqi forces eliminated 12 gunmen, destroyed 2 cars, as other units confiscated ammunition and explosives in al-Qunaitra, south of Baghdad. The UN Security Council has affirmed that the so-called Islamic State of Iraq and Levant organization does not only threaten Syria and Iraq, but also regional peace, security and stability. The Council denounced the recent atrocities committed by this terrorist organization against minorities in Iraq, especially after bringing the city of Sinjar under its control. Expressing concern over the displacement of hundreds of Iraqis, particularly the Yazidis, due to the attacks of this terrorist organization, the Council emphasized that such systematic assaults against civilians represented a crime against humanity. The Council's statement did not refer to the criminal acts perpetrated by terrorist groups in Syria, particularly those carried out by the so-called Islamic State of Iraq and Levant. Finally, the people of Gaza took advantage of the lull in Gaza Strip, going back to inspect their destroyed homes and properties, which have been reduced into ruins by the Israeli barbaric aggression. Palestinian medical staff picked up 11 bodies of martyrs buried under the debris after a 72-hour truce had started following 29 days of an Israeli continued aggression on Gaza Strip. The director of the Medical Relief Association in Gaza said that the Strip lives a humanitarian catastrophe due to the aggression, particularly because of the destruction in infrastructure, electricity, break-off and lack of water. The images of devastation and destruction is widespread as Israeli warplanes inflicted heavy material damages to Gaza's infrastructure. Many citizens expressed determination to rebuild their neighborhoods, calling for referring the Israeli criminals to international justice courts. With this, we end our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Vani Gunjan, but after a short break.